Ian, this is the first chance we've had to catch up with you since Monday was a very busy day. It gives you your views on the January transfer window, but more specifically Monday's transfer deadline.
Busy day from the very first minute of getting in. You're on the phone, you're trying to make the crucial phone calls at the right time, hitting the right people, and I think we've come out of it very, very, very positively. We've got the targets that we wanted, and we did some good business for sure, certainly throughout all of January.
Let's go through the four guys on Monday first and foremost. We've spoken about the others. The goalkeeper from Sheffield United, George Long. What can Motherwell fans expect from him?
Well, he's got a real bright future in the game, as they all have. But George has played 60 games in League One with Sheffield United, and thankfully Nigel allowed him to come out to us, knowing that he was going to get looked after, and in a good environment to go and learn even more. He's 21 years of age. He's come through the age groups with England, having been with the squad with the under-21s when he was playing regularly with Sheffield United. But Nigel just went for a more experienced keeper, and he's found himself lacking in game time. So again, his willingness to come up here and want to get games and fight for a place and be in a scrap at the basement at the moment tells you a lot about the character.
You already have a number of goalkeepers: Dan Twardzik, Gunnar Nielsen, and Ross Stewart. It's further competition for them, though, so it's a real fight for the gloves. If you like.
Yeah, and you look at the goalkeepers we've got. There is competition for places. There's a situation with Gunnar that he wants regular football. He's an international footballer, and to keep that, he wants to play regular games. So there's you can only keep one of them happy every week, and I understand Gunnar's position, that Dan's been number one and getting the regular berth. So there may be something happens with Gunnar further down the line. But Dan, it should be a challenge for him. It's his first season playing regular football, and he's had a lot to contend with this year, and it's not been easy for him. And sometimes you need to heighten that competition, and at times take a step back to take a couple of steps forward.
Next player we announced on Monday night was Connor from Everton, Connor Grant. What can Motherwell fans expect of him other than that fantastic back heel goal that he scored for Everton in pre-season?
Well, he's a boy that's not short on confidence. He's not a bold, brash guy. He's quiet. He goes about his work, but he's got great confidence and ability on the football. He can receive a ball under pressure. He can pass it. He sees a pass. Good range of passing. He's got good energy. He'll break into the box as well from midfield, but he also understands the defensive side of it as well. So he's a real all-rounded footballer, but hasn't had that chance in senior football, and it's his first loan. So I'm not going to ramp it up any sort of pressure on the lad, but he's a great character to have around. And I think even in the couple of days he's been here, the boys have seen his quality, and I think he'll bring a lot to Motherwell Football Club in the next few months.
Are you confident, given he's come from a Premiership club, given his mindset, that he can cope with the pressures of, you mentioned earlier, stepping into what is a battle at the moment?
Well, from what I've seen of him in the last year or so, his development at Everton within the under-21s, that he's now ready to make that step up into senior football. You're never quite sure how it will pan out for him, but he's got the confidence, he's got the ability to go and make a real impact in this league and at this football club, and I'm excited to see.
3 out of 4 was Marvin Johnson. Motherwell paid a transfer fee for the first time in 7 years, albeit undisclosed. How excited were you to net Marvin? Because I know Motherwell had to beat off some pretty stiff competition from teams in England to get him, so a bit of a coup for the club in that sense.
We did, and he was actually on his way to another club to sign when we made a final call and asked him to pull over with his agent at the side of the road, and we had a good conversation about what this football club can give him, what he can bring to this football club. And he's a late developer, so somebody that has still got that drive to go and make a real impact in the pro game. And he scored a good amount of goals at the conference level, and I think he's better than that level, and coming here will be a test for him, but one that he's well capable of making that step up. And the owner, myself, we spoke about investing in young talent with a view to developing and hoping that in a year's time, 18 months, 2 years, whatever it might be, that player shakes hands with us, says thanks very much for your help in my development, but I'm off to somewhere and make this club some decent money from it, because we are a selling club. Let's not beat about the bush on it. We are a developing club, and we'll have to maintain that and bring young players through. But the owner has been good enough to go and back our judgment on it, and hopefully we can repay him.
You mentioned the conference there. Plenty of players have come from the conference to Scottish Premiership and done very well. You need only look up the United and Inverness Galley and see how well they've done in that particular market. Do you believe that getting a guy with that level of hunger to prove that he can do it at a better level is advantageous to you in the squad?
It is, and you know, he's one that we've monitored for 2 years, and I say myself and colleagues, that you know, there's an awareness of there is a real talent in the lower leagues, and that's not just England. You know, we're mindful of the fact that I want to bring Scottish players through. You know, I don't want to bring a group full of English people playing in the English leagues to come up and swamp the squad. You know, there's got to be a pathway for the youngsters, which we've spoken about, and they'll still be playing their part. We'll be active, looking around in the Scottish leagues as well. So I think it's important to say that you know, it's we're widening the net, and as part of the recruitment drive that we're having here as well, and the changes there, it's something we're covering all areas, and say investing in that side of it, which is something that the owner's gone and backed us on as well.
Kidderminster described him as a quick-footed speed demon. Is that trait something that we've maybe not got a massive amount of? Something that you identified with, some thought, I need to get pace into that team? Yeah,
we needed extra pace. We needed extra drive from wide areas. We needed competition for places. He ticks all those boxes. But just to describe him as someone that's quick, I think we'll be doing him a disservice. He's into double figures for goals this season, mainly from the left, some from the right, and a couple from down the middle. So he's got that flexibility. He can play anywhere across the front line, and pace is a commodity these days that really gives you options in a team. And we have that with the guys that we've brought in. But we also have it in the squad as well, and I do stress the fact that it's you know, this is to heighten the competition, and everyone now should be embracing that competition and wanting to be in the starting 11.
4th out of 4, last one, not by any means least. Nathan Thomas comes up and joins them from Plymouth Argyle.
Yeah.
Give us an insight into Nathan and how that came about.
Well, again, somebody that you know, has been on the radar for a couple of years. You see how he develops. He's been in and around the Plymouth first team, but not quite nailed down a first team berth on a regular occasions. So it's for us, it was a coup. He was going to come out of contract at the end of the season. Plymouth weren't we're not playing him regularly, and he, as a boy, wants to try and forge his way in the game, and he needs regular football, and he sees this as the club, the platform to go and give him that chance. And again, somebody who can left-footed but plays on the right, could go down the middle, could go on the left, and he's got pace, he's got real good feet to get away from players, and somebody that you know I'm excited to see, and someone that I think the club can invest in and see the rewards later on down the line.
The Plymouth fans certainly seem to be upset about his departure. I suppose that goes to show, you know, he wasn't having a regular first team game, that he was making an impact on a player that excited them at least.
Well, I can't talk for other managers and the way they see their players, but for me, I see him fitting into the Motherwell way, how we want it to be, and you know, hopefully we that can be proved right. You know, all the players that we've brought in throughout January, you know, they're all at various stages of the career, but I think they can all go and give us something, the way we want to go and take this club forward. And even Stephen Pearson. People say he might be into his 30s and coming towards the end of his career. I don't see that. I see a driving Piero that wants to go and work with these young players and doesn't want to be last in the running, doesn't want to be left behind. He wants to go and improve. And they're the type of characters that we've brought into the building to add to the fantastic characters that we've already got. That there's no badness in the squad. There's no real nasty people that can go and disturb what we have in the dressing room. And I think the boys we've brought in here will again enhance that.
It's never nice to be at the Scottish Cup. You want to be in that competition at all times, obviously. But I suppose as a silver lining to the grey cloud that went out, that you've not got a game at the weekend, there is some time for these guys to bed in before a really big game at Ross County on Saturday week.
There is, and that's I always like to be involved in cup competitions. People talk of it as being a distraction. I don't see that at all, and I think it can give you the energy and the drive to be involved in as many competitions as possible. It would be fantastic for this football club, and hopefully we can go and put that right next season. But it is what it is, and it gives us a free weekend, and it comes at a perfect time, as you say, that you bring these players in. You've time to bed the players in. The way you work, the way the other players react, the way that you want players to go and play within your philosophy, within your structure. And this period has been good for us so far this week. Will give us a good week leading into the Ross County game next weekend.
The last question to ask you this afternoon, the fans want me to ask you about the injury situation. It's been pretty desperate, to be honest, in the last couple of weeks. Is there any good news that you can give the supporters about any progress of the players, the 9 or 10 players who have got missed?
Well, there's a good 11 in there, by the way, and it's they're only short of a goalkeeper, I think. But for me, it's important that those players, you talk about the Lasleys, the Pearsons, the Hamills, the experience that they give you. Vigers and Lawson, I've not been able to see since coming in. Zane has, I think, was involved in the Ross County game when I first came, and what you see that's happened to them boys, young Scott Leach. I've not seen him play. Scott Leach, sorry, Jack Leach Jr. For them to see them not being able to take part is killing me, because they've a part to play, and they've all been part of the match day squad. They've all been travelling with us. They've all been involved in team meetings. They have a big part to play, and it's my job as manager to give them guidance all along the way. So
you hoping to have any of them back for Ross County?
Well, Piero took a bang on the ribs. It was found out that he got a cracked rib, but he wants to drive himself forward. And if there's any chance of him playing, you can't do any special treatment for that. Yeah. It's just managing the pain. And Laz a cracked big toe, and again freak accidents. That you would hope that maybe another week managing the pain, they'll be that little bit closer. So I'm hoping so.
Steve McManus, any involved here?
Steve McManus, again, forgive me for I can't think of the list again, but just a problem with it. He tweaked his knee in a challenge at Dundee United. But again, somebody that was you would like to be there with these young players, giving them guidance, and someone of his quality and his experiences. You can't buy that at times, and at the stage we are, we need him. We need those players for sure, and hopefully, he'll start training towards the end of this week and the start of next, and he'll be amongst the group.
Thanks, Ian.
Thanks very much.